You're watching Marsha on VeroBuzzTV.com.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Vero Buzz TV. I'm Marsha Littlejohn, and yes, indeed, you are watching Buzz TV, and I have Marty Zickert with me. And Marty, I feel like I should stand up and salute, sing, Star Spangled Banner and everything, because you, of course, are, do we say retired Colonel, United States Air Force?
Yes.
You want to feel that retirement,
yes, retirement,
right?
yes.
And then it is a past president of our local veterans.
Yes.
I
am. You got it right. And I would still be on active duty if they told me I wasn't too old to fly.
Oh, bless your heart. Yeah, so you were a flyer too. Great.
Yes.
Oh, boy. Were you ever stationed at Patrick Air Force Base?
No, that's not a real flying job. It's more space, and they do
I'm talking about 100 years
They
ago.
do the rescue and that sort of thing, but they're primarily space. And I flew KC-135s, which are tankers during Vietnam. Went into F-4s in 72 and flew in Thailand.
Oh, Marty.
And then stayed in F-4s for 20 years. And then they made me quit and get a real job.
Oh, dear. Oh, and you loved it so. But this is what I want to do. And someday, I know today we have so many things we want to talk to you about, but I would love to have you come in and really give us a backstory of the military. And
I'd be happy to do that.
Time in the military and what it means. And I don't even want to go into how things have changed.
No.
I just want to think of it as the way it was and how great America is and why we have to keep it great.
That would be great, because I've just been to 2 reunions with people that I flew with in Germany and that worked for me in Germany 35 years ago.
Oh, my golly.
And that would be a perfect topic.
Oh, terrific. Well, we're going to do that.
Right.
Holly will book you. We'll get you right here on Vero Buzz TV. But I do want to talk about, because of course you are the past president of the Veterans Council of Indian River County, but you are responsible, if I'm not mistaken, the Blue Angels.
Yes.
Wow.
I wish I was the one responsible, but it was through the Airshow committee that we have that got them here. You know, we did an air show here without military, the very first one we did, and because of sequester, and that was our practice show. And thank goodness we learned so much from that, because when the Blues did show up, it was fantastic.
Oh my golly, yes.
They, a lot of people in Vero didn't realize they were actually going to show up. I had heard things of, oh no, this is Vero Beach. They're not going to come to Vero Beach.
But weren't they here years ago? Didn't they ever? Was
never
this
been
the first time they were here? Maybe it was in Brevard. It was in Melbourne.
Yeah, in fact, they were in Melbourne this past March.
But I mean, 100 years ago.
Yeah, the 18 years between air shows.
Oh my God.
So, and the Blues had never been here. No military had been here, or the Thunderbirds, either one. And we were lucky enough to get them, and things went so well that at the end of it, we were one of the top 2 air shows they performed all year.
Oh my gosh.
They loved Vero Beach.
I was going to say, that was the word that we got. It wasn't just that we were so excited about them, it was that they were just as excited about us being excited about them.
Yeah, they were. We were able to park them on a spot that was closest to the audience of any show that they've ever had.
And we were right there.
And we were right there. I mean, you could see Tom Frost, the lead, smile at you, and you just
wasn't there a girl on the wing of something one time, or was that?
That was a different thing. It was not the Blues. But
maybe that was what it was.
Yeah.
But no, when you saw those Blue Angels come in and the roar, and you saw them. We're going to take a little break now and then come back. We're going to come back in 60 seconds and continue our talk with Marty Zickert. We're talking about the Blue Angels coming back. We'll be right back as well.
Attention! This important message is for any American who is about to turn 65 years of age or older. Nation's Helpline has Medicare supplement insurance news that may benefit you, your family, or someone you know. Most Americans who are about to turn 65 years old know they need Medicare supplement insurance, even if they already have Medicare. The Nation's Helpline Medicare supplement team can guide you and help answer your Medicare questions. Call today.
Please call 800-632-2804.
Stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics
in downtown Vero Beach. Owner Patty Callahan prints it all, from color and black and white copies to blueprints, banners, signs, prints of paintings, and fine art. Patty makes restorations and creates outstanding graphic designs. Call Patty at 770-1521 or stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics at 2345 14th Avenue. Stop by for all of your printing needs at Patty's Printing and Graphics, across from the old railroad station in downtown Vero Beach.
Well, thanks for waiting. We are here with Marty Zickert, and we're talking about the Blue Angels, the air show, coming next, because it's really sponsored by the Veterans Council, is it not?
It's one of the group. There are 3 exchange clubs in Vero Beach, and we're the ones that split it. They, of course, the exchange clubs are prevention of child abuse. We support veterans, and last year we were able to actually made money.
Oh,
we went
retired.
Oh, yeah, we went into that air show with no money. And it was, trust me, we'll pay you at the end.
Do you know, if I'm not mistaken, there were people waiting out in, I mean, they were all over the streets out there.
When the first guys came over, they come over on Thursday, and they did a flyover. Traffic stopped on the bridges. People got out of their cars. No one moved. And that's what they loved about the air show. The lead was telling me, he said, you know, when we're going up and we're doing a loop, you look down and there's not a car moving in Vero Beach.
Oh, boy.
Everybody is standing there. And everybody that I've ever talked to said they must have used my house for a turn point because, you know, we're a fairly small town. And the neat thing was they stayed at Holiday Inn. They were able to walk everywhere.
Oh, isn't that fabulous?
That's really a big deal because, you know, in the military, all it takes is one DUI and your career's over.
So they had a party too.
So they wanted to go out. They had fun. They loved it. We put on a party with the Southern Eagle. The Bush family. What a group. Man, they're the ones that wrote the check.
If you want to have a party with somebody, have
it with Southern Eagle. Man, I can't say enough about the Bush family and what they did for us. And it was their money that got the Blues here.
Oh, isn't this terrific? Now, here, what I want to do, though, is I want everybody out there that's watching to know when they are coming back.
Right. They're coming back the 25th and 26th of June. That's the show performance. They come in on the Wednesday before that. They come in, they do 3 flights, orientation flights for media.
And just so you know, we are not just re-airing this, we're talking about June 2016.
2016.
Okay.
Yep, and then Thursday is a practice day. Friday, we have a day for veterans, Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, great.
Last year we did special needs. Jan Viney, our public affairs lady, set up one child from each of the schools, and the Blues come over to the tent, and there's like 15 of them come over. They meet and greet. And the next time we talk, I'll tell you about how much it means to some people to have a Blue Angel sign your hat.
I would imagine. I would imagine, because just the history, the classic, and of course at this time of our lives, when we're looking at our world and we're looking at the military and we're seeing what's going on, to have these dedicated individuals, because we want to talk about the council as well, but in this last minute, what is, I guess really, maybe the mission, if there's a small mission of the Blue Angels?
Blue Angels' whole mission is recruiting. That's what they're there for, and that's what we set them up for. We bring in the Navy ROTC, Junior ROTC is at Sebastian. We brought in the Air Force one, which is in Vero Beach. We bring up Navy recruiters. We bring up all the recruiters, Navy, Marine, the Coast Guard is here supporting. Great. So it's a big military support.
So that is such a great thing.
That's the whole mission of them.
Because the military, it is still there. It is still so highly respected. And as I say, when you walk in, I just feel like I should stand there and salute. And I'm not even a veteran. We're going to take a little break, though, and we're going to come back and remind you at the very end of our show, don't forget, save those dates in June. The Blue Angels are coming. We need sponsorship, very definitely, for that. And if you want to be a part of something that is so successful, call Marty. But we'll be back in 60 seconds. Don't go away.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage, but you can pay too much.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from ICANN, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the ICANN mobile app free. So don't wait another minute. Call ICANN. Get covered. Save money.
The Furniture Man is a locally owned business that has served the needs of the community of Vero Beach and Indian River County for over 30 years. Here at the Furniture Man, we offer fine pieces to furnish each and every room of your home. Specializing in Floridian style, come browse our selection of bedroom, dining room, patio, and living room. Come explore over 10,000 square feet of showroom where you can find mattresses, recliners, sofas, dining, and more. Visit us at 673 US 1 in Vero Beach, Monday through Saturday for all of your furniture needs.
And welcome back. We're continuing this final little part of our show here with Marty Zickert, and of course we're talking about the Blue Angels coming to town, and you do need sponsorship.
Yes, we do. That's what makes the show go. We need sponsors. We are blessed this year. We've got Spring Watson, very sharp young lady. Let me give you her email. It's spring@veroairshow.com. Phone number is 772-321-3808. And we have sponsorships at all levels.
Oh, terrific.
And she will be happy to sit down with you and say, which of these would you like to have?
Oh, that is so great.
Because it's a show in itself. Coming out there, a lot of people I know saw it, said, well, we were off the airport and saw it. You need to be there.
Oh, absolutely. There is nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
We saw, even you had to put some places out there for people to stay on the streets.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were so crowded, but there is nothing like being there and having them go right over you.
Yep.
And you see them, you're so close, and having that, just standing up, you do want to salute every single time they fly by.
Oh, it's
so
awesome.
Once again, who do they contact?
Spring Watson. Spring is our sponsorship chair, 321-3808.
Okay, or if you have a hard time, just remember call Marty.
Call Marty, yeah.
But I want to just wrap this up by talking a little bit about the Veterans Council, some of the other projects that you have.
Well, our main project right now, we have a very successful one called Veterans Outreach. It has just started. It's designed for the Desert Storm, Iraq, Afghan kids. Their tendency is to come back. They go off the grid. They're just like we were in Vietnam, except where our guys went with the ponytails and occasional, little joy juice, and the kids coming back, it's short hair and tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
And so, but they do go off the grid. They don't want anything to do with government. But they have a lot of problems, and you cannot do that. War's been going on 20 years, and it's never going to end at the rate we're going. So how do you solve the problems? And that is what we're doing now. And what we're trying to do is bring them together.
Oh, good.
And we
Support
just had
of one another. There's nothing better.
Just had a golf tournament a month ago. Very successful. 125 people were there.
Oh.
We got maybe 15 of the younger folks in there. Get them involved.
Do we have quite a number of these veterans coming back into
surprising? They're
coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq and Desert Storm and all of that. Yeah.
And they're coming back, and the problem is we have no way of finding them.
Oh, sure.
We have to run across them literally, or go to the gym, places like that.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to find them because our veteran service officer knows some people that are coming back.
What are their ages?
He can't tell us.
What are their ages at this point?
Right now, they're anywhere between 20 and 30 are the main ones.
Okay, the young ones that are coming back. Because I have a nephew who's an Apache helicopter, was an Apache helicopter pilot in Afghanistan. Now he's in his early 50s.
Yeah.
But he's now trying to get a job. Now he's in the reserves, but he's got a family now to support. So
and our big concern is the suicide rate. 22 a day. That's unacceptable.
Oh my golly.
And I don't know how to stop it, but that's a whole.
I tell you how we stop it. We do pray every single night, and that is what's going to happen. We're going to have to do that. We have to wrap it up. But Marty, Blue Angels coming to town.
Absolutely.
Think about those wonderful veterans coming back. We need to help, and we're going to get you back frequently and do more of this so that everybody.
Love to do it.
Spring's name again.
Spring Watson.
Spring Watson. Contact her.
321-3808.
All right, and then just be a sponsor of the Blue Angels. Thanks, Marty,
Absolutely.
so very much, and once again, thanks for everything you have done.
Thank you. My pleasure.
And we hope you have enjoyed Vero Buzz TV. I am Marcia Littlejohn.
See Arts in Depth with Barbara Hoffman, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 and 10 p.m.
Since 1951, Globe Life and Accident Insurance Company has been providing families with life insurance protection. $1 covers the first month of coverage, whether you choose from $5,000 up to $100,000 of coverage. First day coverage means no waiting periods. Easy to buy, no medical exam, no risk 30-day money-back guarantee. Up to $150,000 of accidental death coverage can be added to your policy. Globe Life makes buying life insurance easy.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Vero Buzz TV. I'm Marcia Littlejohn, and we love it because every week we get to talk about our Humane Society right here in the Indian River County area. And just the last, the last week, I think it was that. I don't even think it was Sarge that was with us, but I know it was Janet Winnicott, and I said, I want to find out about why it is that people think pit bulls are so mean and rough when we had Sarge, who is, we call him a piddle?
Pibble, P-I-B-B-L-A, yes.
A pibble, because look at this. So tell me, you are, and of course I want to say that Cissy Sumner is an animal behavior manager at our Humane Society, which means you really are here to talk to me about really the psychology of animals and how we as adults, we were just talking with Marty Zickert, who talked about how when he lost his wife, how the cat, 1 month to the day, passed away.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, and just, I mean, it's just amazing how much they know. So tell me about this wonderful Sarge. Is he, look how wonderful he is. Is he dangerous?
Oh gosh, no. Well, maybe if you were a rabbit. But he's actually, he's super well trained. He knows sit, he knows down, he knows stay. He walks nice on a leash. He likes kids.
And he looks at you like he loves you. Oh, look at this.
He may. He's my buddy.
He is wonderful. Now let's talk about some of the breed behavior, because when we think about certain animals that are good for certain people, talk to me about what you have discovered as a behavioral counselor.
So there is a huge variation in behavior within a breed. So as an example, I have a border collie, and most people think border collies need a lot of exercise and they're very busy, and my border collie's not like that. He doesn't need a lot of exercise, and he's not particularly busy. He's very devoted, which to me is a lovely thing. Pit bulls have a bad rap because it's sensational when you're a large dog and you bite somebody. I have had more fear from Chihuahuas, to be honest. They're much more likely to bite.
That's the way I always thought about that. It's the little doggies that you have to be careful of.
Yeah, and you know, they come into the shelter and they're yappy and bitey, and nobody makes a comment about a Chihuahua biting somebody because it's a little bite. Still a bite, though.
But why does a dog bite? Why does he bite you?
That's a good question. So most of the time I think it's because dogs are afraid, and we get them in a situation where they're communicating with us through body language, and because we're humans and we're obsessed with words, because they're not saying leave me alone in verbal.
Or sit, or stand, or stay.
Right. So they have no choice, I think, to bring out their teeth. So say this dog was afraid and he showed me his teeth and I ignored him, and he growled and I ignored him, or worse, punished him for growling, right? Then I don't have any early warning, and I don't actually have any warning because I've taught him growling is not effective. And finally they have to say, well, you know what, I've told you every way a dog can to leave me alone, and you're not, so now I have to bite you.
Okay, so bite, this is what I want to find out, because bite then is a behavior that they are trying to say something, and I'm not talking about attacking, because when you see animals out in the wild and they're hungry or they're scared or something or backed into a spot, that I can understand. But when you do have, what is the behavior that has occurred in an animal that out of the blue, which you have just kind of described, and it's because they are confused. We have lots to go right here on Vero Buzz TV, and I'm here with Cissy Sumner. We are talking, of course, about behavioral problems, solutions. Oh, look at that. Oh, he is so adorable. And we have Sarge here as well with our behavioral. Actually, he is well trained, isn't he?
He's fabulous. Yep.
Okay, so he's up for adoption as well. So someone.
And he'd be great in a family with kids. He's wonderful with children.
How terrific. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics in downtown Vero Beach. Owner Patty Callahan prints it all, from color and black and white copies to blueprints, banners, signs, prints of paintings, and fine art. Patty makes restorations and creates outstanding graphic designs. Call Patty at 770-1521 or stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics at 2345 14th Avenue. Stop by for all of your printing needs at Patty's Printing and Graphics across from the old railroad station in downtown Vero Beach.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage. but you can pay too much.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from ICANN, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the ICANN mobile app free. So don't wait another minute. Call ICANN, get covered, save money.
Well, thanks for staying with us, and you're going to be happy too, because Cissy Sumner and I were talking during that very brief break about some of the misconceptions that all of us have about animal behavior. And I mentioned out of the blue, when all of a sudden a puppy dog or a dog bites out of the blue, and you said,
it's not out of the blue. The dog has given lots of warning signals, but we are not picking up on those. So there's a really interesting diagram that shows the ladder of steps that happen before a bite. And if you look at it, there's probably 20 or 25 things that happen before a dog actually will bring his teeth out and bite. But they're subtle to humans, so we don't necessarily notice. And that's what puts a dog in a bad situation. If he's not comfortable and you ignore his warnings, what other choice does he have? I mean, he can't escape, and he can't say, stop it now, in people words, so all he has is dog language, which we're really good at ignoring.
And, and so everything you're saying is very typical to people too. I mean, when we look at the way people behave.
It is.
And although I think the animals are a little smarter than people. But when we also talk about maybe protection, when you have an animal, it could be a bird dog, it could be whatever kind of a dog, it could be a Chihuahua, a pit bull, or a combination, and yet they're very protective of their owner. Is there a point where they can be too protective?
There is, but I have to tell you, I've been training about 15 years, and I hardly ever meet a dog that's that protective of its owner. It might be protective of its property. Oh. Most of the time when I see people who tell me their dog is protecting them, the dog is standing behind them barking. So the dog's not protecting them, the dog is protecting itself, and it's hoping you're going to intervene. There are occasions where the dog will be out front, and that's like a long, complicated explanation. But most of the time, dogs might protect a bone or a good place to sleep or something like that, but I don't really feel in most cases they need to protect their human. Now, can you teach a dog to be aggressive? Well, sure, but hopefully nobody watching this is doing that.
But you know, one of the things too that I love about our Humane Society is that there are some behavioral situations that you all do before an adoption occurs.
Yes.
You find out if that person is right for this particular personality of a dog. So what are you literally looking for? What makes a good pet for a particular type of person?
So that actually comes from two sides. My job is to evaluate the dogs and see if they're adoptable. And to me, that means, is the dog friendly? Is it trainable? And is it safe? Would it make a good pet because it's safe? And those are the real things I look at. Safety actually is the first one. From the human perspective, I think that it's important that people have a realistic expectation of what they can actually do. So lots of times people want a dog, but then they work 8 hours a day and the children have after-school activities and there's all sorts of things going on.
Yes.
You need to be honest with yourself and say, do I have time for a dog? They take a lot of time. And you can't just come home from work and then go out to dinner and not make time for your pet.
No.
I think a lot of people fall into that and then they wonder why the dog's destructive or ill-mannered. It's because they're bored to tears and not getting enough attention.
Now what about separation anxiety? I know we have, Holly says, what about it? And she's talking about a bird.
Yeah, well, anything could have separation anxiety.
I know. And I said, I'm not sure if it's the owner or the bird or the animal itself.
Well,
we're going to take a little break, 30 seconds. We're going to take a little break and then come back and continue our talk about behavior as it occurs with animals and pets and human beings, because this is a specialty at our Humane Society here in Indian River County. Absolutely fantastic. But first of all, let me tell you, Sarge is adoptable. Oh, you are absolutely adorable.
And he just sat and laid down on a hand signal. I didn't have to say a word.
I know. He's just wonderful. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
The Furniture Man is a locally owned business that has served the needs of the community of Vero Beach in Indian River County for over 30 years. Here at the Furniture Man, we offer fine pieces to furnish each and every room of your home. Specializing in Floridian style, come browse our selection of bedroom, dining room, patio, and living room. Come explore over 10,000 square feet of showroom, where you can find mattresses, recliners, sofas, dining, and more. Visit us at 673 US 1 in Vero Beach, Monday through Saturday for all of your furniture needs.
Well, we are back with Missy, or Cissy, I should say, Cissy and Sarge.
Yes.
And of course, both from the Humane Society here in Indian River County, but Sarge is for adoption. He is absolutely perfect. He is so wonderful. He just rolls over, he minds. What is it? What are his commands? Sit, stay?
He knows sit, down, stay, come. He walks nice on a leash. He knows high five, and I think he knows roll over. He was just showing me that on the break.
Isn't that adorable?
You do a high five?
Oh.
There you go, buddy.
Look at this.
Good job.
Did we get that? Oh my golly. Look at this. Can we do that again? Give him a high five.
Ready, buddy? Sit. High five.
High five. Look at
Good
this.
job.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Not 10.
Oh, I love it.
No.
Well, he knows this is a little different for him in here, isn't it?
Yes, very
Because
different
he also
situation.
happens to know that the bag of treats is right behind Cissy.
Well, nobody works for free. He
I
needs
know,
a cookie to keep him happy.
That's
I'm good with
absolutely
it.
right. All right, I want to talk though about the bully breed's behavior really badly. We hear that it's so misunderstood. And what is a bully breed?
Well, that's even a big question. So I think bully breeds have sort of all been lumped together under the pit bull category, but it's actually a lot of different breeds. And like you might even look at Sarge and think he's a pit bull, and it's possible that he is, but I actually think he has a lot of boxer in him.
Yeah, that's
a
what
lot
I
of
was
this is
thinking.
just a big guess.
And does a pit bull look at you so lovingly like that?
Most of them do. I mean, honest to goodness, most of them do. We see a lot of pits and pit mixes in the shelter, and the majority of them are wonderful pets. I had a dog there for a while named Norma Jean. Everybody laughed at me. Norma Jean would wear a tiara, right? Big gray pit bull with a tiara. And every time we had a children's group come through, I used her as a demo dog. She was great with the kids. You could dress her in anything. She didn't care.
Oh, wonderful.
Fabulous, fabulous dog who actually found a fabulous, fabulous home, which makes me very happy.
Oh, that's terrific. Want to get back, though, for just a moment to that separation anxiety. So when an animal is so attached to you, and then something happens, maybe you pass away, or maybe someone has to leave, or life changes, is that, I mean, what can you do about that?
Well, for me, mostly separation anxiety is more when you and the pet are still together, but you have to go to work, and the animal's not used to being home. If you're in a situation where you've lost a loved one, really all you can do is console each other and hope that you can find a good situation to help the dog and yourself get through.
But they do get very attached, don't they?
They do.
Are they attached because of love that they're getting from them, or the attention they're getting from them, or is it just...
I think it's all of those things. I think if you're a dog, you are totally have to put your trust in the hands of your human, right?
Oh, yeah.
You don't get to get anything unless somebody takes care of you. You don't get food, you don't get water, you don't get a walk.
So
they
close?
rely on us for everything.
I was going to say, we only have 1 minute left. How close is to that same behavior in a human being as it is in an animal?
The same behavior like the separation anxiety?
Yeah, anything. Well, I mean, how I behave, how I like someone, how I don't like someone.
I think it mirrors each other a lot.
I was going to say.
I really do. I think a lot of dogs understand that we like each other, right? Because we're calm and we're comfortable together, and they read our body language. I think a lot of dogs, if you're tense or you're yelling or you're angry, the dog's behavior reflects that too.
Is there a chance, is there a possibility that there are animals, just as there are human beings, that can go wacky for no reason whatsoever?
I think there's probably a reason, but yes. Yeah, I mean, sometimes
just
the
like-
dog has a mental, like a tumor. I actually dealt with this early in my training career. The dog had a brain tumor, and it was like not
you didn't
responding
know it.
appropriately to all our training, and we finally took it to the vet, and they had it x-rayed, and
So
that was
what
the
you're
problem.
saying is there is always a reason. But if you really want to know all about it, be sure to contact our Humane Society. And Cissy Sumner, of course, a behavioral counselor at our Humane Society. But please, someone call. Oh, look. He is down there. He just took the hand sign, and that is Sarge. So all you have to do is call the Humane Society, and he's yours. Oh, look at that. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll be back.
Advertise your business on Buzz TV. Email buzztvnetwork@gmail.com or call 772-777-1382.